Well, I think we have one question for you, Dominic. I just wanted to
Oh
ask
yeah.
this. Louis did have a question about um, WebP extension, or are these available in Figma?
Sorry, my internet connection got lost for a second. Could you please repeat?
I think the question was, does the wait, Louis, what is the extension name again?
.webp for
Ah,
exporting images.
Yeah, the name was select layers. It is called like that. It is not a like menu bar. Sorry, menu item. This plugin is called select layers. So you need to search this in community in Figma, and you just need to click add it to your account or something like that. There will be a primary call to action button, and it will appear without downloading stuff or anything. It will just appear in your account.
okay, amazing.
Any more questions? Any more questions? Let's go. Let's go. If you have questions, I can answer them right now.
Oh, I think um, Dawn was
Of
able to
course.
answer. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, I will answer them later because I remember Joy told us we will group the questions and then answer them. But if you have anything at the moment, I can answer them right now.
Yeah, guys. It's question time. So if everyone could actually like just ask their question. Oh, I mean, this is a very important question from Javen.
Ah, yeah. Unfortunately.
Hello.
Okay.
I think
I
RJ have a
see.
question. Yeah.
Yeah, hello. Hi, Dominic. I'm
Yo,
RG.
AJ, what's up?
Yeah, good. Thank you. I just like, uh, what's the advantage of Figma over Adobe Illustrator and XD?
So,
Thank you.
yeah, I don't want to be biased, but
XT
I
sucks.
really, I really hate Adobe environment in terms of software. It works terribly. Like it just freezes on your computer without a reason, and it's really slow. Maybe the situation is a bit different on new MacBooks with M1 chip.
Mm.
I saw some tests on YouTube, and it works a bit better. But in my opinion, the real advantage of Figma over, for example, Adobe XD is the collaboration features and the community feature that we discussed on today's presentation. So, for example, you can have a team of 10 people working on the design file in the same time, and it's really polished in Figma. Like there is something that makes you want to use Figma instead of XD when collaborating on the design files. Uh, at least this is what I feel like when working in Figma, because to be honest, I started with Adobe XD um, when I applied to Outliant, kind of. I was using XD as a primary software choice, but I transitioned to Figma, and I don't think it was a bad decision. I think it was actually a very good decision. And also you get access to tons of plugins that help you create designs. So I would say this is advantage over the Adobe XD. Advantage over Illustrator. I wouldn't say there are any. Like you can create a very quick vector shapes, but Adobe Illustrator is used like when you are creating a logo, you want to, of course, go to Adobe Illustrator. You probably won't create a good logo type in Figma. And if you want to create very complex illustrations, you also probably want to use Adobe Illustrator. It's just very expanded software in terms of functionality and features. yeah, and that's the answer.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing. Well, is there anybody else who wanted to ask questions, Dominic? Specifically, I know a lot of like front-end developers or have questions about how things are specifically in viewports, Dominic. I think it's going to be like an opportunity for us to have a conversation about it during this call as well.
Okay, let me hear the direct question.
Because I know we have a conversation about the like creating viewports for a lot of like expanding it, not just for 1440 by what we have right now, like responsive to tablet and stuff, but like I think it's a question for Jabin as well. Do we have are we like planning on creating like grid views that will offer um our team
um,
to have to work on like bigger viewports, like widescreen and stuff like that?
so what I see right now, because I did this research recently, like a few days ago, for the MakerBot Cloud Print.
Mhm.
They are also considering responsiveness of their web application. And when you think about software like Figma or web applications, usually they don't change based on the screen size. Like even if you working on full HD monitor and then you switch to 4K monitor, the shell of the application will stay the same in terms of size. Situation is a bit different when you're thinking about websites, because it depends on the creative vision of the artist, of the designer. There are websites that scale evenly when you are resizing a window. There are websites that are stick to Bootstrap grid, and you got the centered content when the rest of the page is just a white space. So it really depends on the type of the website and who are you creating the website for. Uh, yeah, there should be some data behind designing that come from UX research, and yeah, that's the answer. Currently, we are designing on a grid by 8, and that's the only rule we stick to um, in terms of grids.
For sure. So it's like an extra step for UX to actually just like ask a client about that.
Yeah. Like
Or
users can't directly answer to you if they want scaled website or if they
Mhm.
want a website that is based on Bootstrap grid. Uh, you have to assume that, probably. Also, assuming is not the right tactic, but A/B tests maybe could answer this question. If you give a user two versions to compare, and then he can answer this question, which website design suits them better.
for sure. Amazing. Well, I appreciate that. I think it can be a conversation we can have moving
Yeah,
forward.
it's
But then,
yeah, it's a totally different topic that we can talk about for another 1 hour, and we probably wouldn't set on a single decision. But thanks for this question, uh, and I hope I made it a bit clearer.
yeah, for sure. Well, I would not sit for another hour because I know you're busy.